Is it possible to make the exact sound that's in your head or one that you've heard in a song? For years, I agonized over finding the perfect sounds, spending hundreds of dollars on plugins, samples, and wasting hours of time to try to find what I need. You can spend years making music, but without the right sounds, you're still gonna be left frustrated. I'm going to share the steps to master sound design. That took me 5 years to perfect, but will only take you a few minutes to learn. So if you're ready to get rid of your sound problem forever, watch until the end. It's gonna change all of your songs and how you make music. I've worked with over 100 clients, and most of them have some kind of artist or song they wanna emulate. So let me show you the foundation of how to do this. If you want to dive deeper, I go over it all in the Modern Music Creator course. First, you'll need a synthesizer. So the best ones are going to be Serum, that's pretty much the mainstream popular one, or you could use Vital because it's free. So today, even though I'm using Serum, I'll explain it in a way that you can apply to any synth of your choice. Let's look at the parts of this. I know it can look super confusing. To reset it, you want to initialize. So that's just going to give you a blank slate. First, we have the oscillators. This is what generates a raw sound. Then we have over here the filter, which is going to subtract from that sound. Down here, we have the envelopes and LFOs, which are going to add movement and shape to the sound. So first, we're going to have some chords. The first thing we're going to do is choose our oscillator. So as you can see, there are some different shapes here, and it usually comes up with a saw wave. So I'm just going to use that default saw wave. I'm going to enable the filter. So basically, as you can see, it's just like an EQ. So I can change the cutoff, I can muffle it, make it brighter, and obviously I could change which way it's going. So if I want just high end, I could do that. So there are a few ways you can choose the shape of your raw sound. So the default one is what we call a saw wave. So it looks like this. Now we can go into basic shapes. We have a sine wave, usually used for basses. It's a little bit rounder. If you use this right here, we can scroll through all our basic shapes, just like that. So here we have a triangle, a square wave. So each of these sound a little bit different, right? So those are gonna be your main ones. As you can see, if you click here, I also have the wave table editor where you can manually edit this wave sound. If we look here at Unison, Unison is how many waves are happening in each note. Now we can add 2, we can add 3, and you can add a lot. And what detuning does is it brings them closer together in terms of pitch, or farther apart. Don't make the mistake of accidentally not adding the unison, because if you're just using one, this isn't going to be doing anything. Let's go to the filter. So the filter, just like an EQ, it's going to filter out the sound. So if I don't want all that brightness, I can do that. Or of course, you can switch from different settings. Now we have the envelope. So basically what this is going to do is it's going to shape the sound. This is what we call ADSR, which stands for attack, decay, sustain, release. So basically what we're going to do, we're going to shape the sound. You can add some attack. You can either use the knob or you can drag it from here. Now let's go over these ADSR knobs. We have attack, which is how fast is the sound coming in. So if I want a slow attack, it's coming in slow each note, right? Or if I want a super fast attack, do that, where it just comes in right away. Now release is how long it takes to stop after release. So let's add some of that. So as you can see, the last note is still going. Now the sustain is the volume of when the note is being held. So if we lower the sustain, as you can see, it's attacked, but it's not going to stay at the same volume. So basically what happens is, once it attacks, it's going to go down to whatever volume you have the sustain at. Now decay determines how long it takes to get to that sustain volume. So if I set my sustain volume at -12, this decay is going to determine how long it takes to get down there. So once it attacks, how long is it going to decay to get to the sustain volume? I can go more decay, it's going to take longer to get to that -12. Now here, if we go back to oscillator, there's a few more things. So we can look at the octave. Maybe we want it to be super low. We can change the octave lower or higher. So obviously you can change that with the MIDI notes, or you could do it here. So what are semitones? Semitones are basically where you can change the exact note. So let's say I have C in the piano roll. I can go up a note. I can keep going up or down. Now we have fine tuning, which is exactly how it sounds. Instead of being right on the pitch, you can maybe use that as a cool effect. Now we have the FX tab. First we have distortion, add more color to the sound, hyper and dimension, you have a flanger, you have phaser, chorus, delay, compressor, reverb, EQ. Let's say you want to add a different kind of filter on top of the one you already have. So as you can see, you have all kinds of effects here. So basically, how do we use these envelopes and LFOs? If you look here, if I drag that let's say I want to control the filter. If I drag that, this blue line is going to show me how much it's controlling it on each note. So this envelope is for my sound. Let's go to envelope 2. What I'm going to do is, see right here, I'm going to drag that to this cutoff. And what that's going to do, it's going to automate this cutoff to go up. So it's literally going to turn the knob for me. So each time the sound hits, based on this envelope, it's going to follow that shape. So let's say I want that to go slower. Or let's say I want it to have a cool little down. It's pretty cool, right? And you could control it right here with this blue line, exactly how much you want. Now let's say we want to do that, but with the LFO. So an LFO does is it does it continuously at the quarter rate. So here's the rate, basically at a quarter note rate. If we have it on 1/4, or if you want to go 1/8, that'll be at an 8th note rate, 1/16, and etc. So let's say 1/8. Let's go 1/2. Now we can also add another. So I talked about layering sounds in another video. Here you can layer sounds within the sound itself. Of course, remember that unison, but I could have this as a completely different shape. With a little bit of time, you now know how to create any sound you want. You can create music just like your favorite artist. Now, to understand the strategy and the exact process for designing the exact sound you want, you need to watch this video next, so I'll see you there.